the truth. Today, we're talking about the new Ford Bronco. Buckle up, guys, because this is Riding with Rob. Okay, guys, so today I wanted to bring you guys some information on the new Ford Bronco. Now, as of right now, officially, we haven't been shown any pictures. All we have is this little shot here from a 2013 prototype and several different renderings, which hopefully I can also put up and you'll be able to see them here or there right in front of my face. And I gotta say, they all look pretty cool. But as of right now, everything's been kind of speculated as to what's going to come out, what's going to happen. Now, I believe that I've cracked the case, figured out the code, whatever you want to say, I decoded the matrix, got to figure it out. Because Ford announced officially that the new Bronco will be based on the new Ranger chassis. Well, I guess it's new here. It's, hasn't been that new everywhere else. But here in the United States, our new Ranger chassis, that's going to be what the Ford Bronco is based on. Now, if we pay attention to what most auto manufacturers do when they base a model off of a chassis that they already have, they do almost the same thing every time. You're going to be looking at the same suspension setup as the Ranger, F x4 Off-Road Edition. You're going to be looking at the same engine and transmission options that the Ranger has. And basically, what you're going to wind up with is a Ranger with a different body. Now, Ford has come out and said that they've overbuilt it for what it's supposed to be able to do. The all-wheel drive is supposed to be really great and all that. So this is what I'm imagining in my head as to what they mean by all of that. Basically, the Ranger comes with your run-of-the-mill type suspension. It's got leaf springs in the back, wishbone suspension up front, and the same exact thing you're going to get on the Bronco. Like I said, it's probably the same as the F x4 off-road package, monotube struts that are a little bit upgraded from what the regular Ranger has. But you'll probably get a little bit beefier leaf spring setup for the Bronco. You're probably get a slightly beefier, front sway bars and that type of thing over what the Ranger has. From everything that I'm gathering, the package that you would normally see on the overseas Ranger Raptor is basically what you're going to see here for the Ford Bronco. Now, Ford has officially announced there will be a two-door version, just like the old school Broncos were two-door, along with a removable top in the back, which is, a signature Bronco. You gotta have it. But to make it more practical and more mass markety, they're going to do a four-door version as well. Now, Ford has said their main target audience is going to be your Wrangler audience, which makes sense. With the Gladiator, and which is a mid-sized pickup truck, very similar size to the Ford Ranger, and there's really no other there's no competitor for the Wrangler right now. What other major off-road vehicle is there? There's not. There's just not. So it's a good market to go after, as there's only a single option in that market, and I think some people who dislike Jeep but like the idea of an off-road vehicle are going to flock that way, so that's a good decision. Which is why you're going to see a four-door version, a removable top version, all that stuff. As far as engine and transmission goes, this is what you're going to get. 100% guaranteed this is what you're going to get. You're going to get that 2.3-liter turbocharged engine from Ford with the 10-speed automatic transmission. Absolutely 100% that is going to be the engine combination. Now, what we don't know and what we have to speculate about is, will there be a V6 option? I'm going to say yes. Yes, there will be. And you'll see that in 2020, when they release the Ford Bronco, you're going to have a V6 and a four-cylinder option. It's going to be the same year you can get the V6 option in the Ford Ranger. Now, look, the 2.3-liter turbocharged engine is a great, strong engine. 260 some odd horsepower, somewhere in that range, a little over 300 foot-pounds of torque, which is important. That's the important thing for a truck, is torque. It's got over 300 foot-pounds of torque. I mean, really, what more do you need? It's about the same as the Toyota Tacoma's V6, so there may not even be a V6 option. There could be, there should be, there probably will be, but there may not. It may just not even happen. Now, they have talked about doing a manual transmission, which would be interesting because as of right now, the only transmission that you get in the Ranger is that 10-speed automatic. So if they do decide to do the manual transmission, it'll be interesting to see what they actually do. Now, the Ford Bronco is an iconic car. It had a 30-year run and eventually just kind of got pushed to the wayside because it became a niche market vehicle. I'm hoping that Ford recognizes that when they re-release that it is going to be a niche market vehicle. They don't go overboard, and there's basically what ends up happening, right? They overboard produce these things, so they have too many of them, and then they're not selling, so then they're like, oh, well, our sales aren't that great. Well, if you just produce the amount that was equal to the niche market sales that you... I think they'd be much more successful making the Bronco a little bit more exclusive, a little bit harder to get, a little bit harder to find. But we'll see what Ford does. Like I said, there's only so many things we can absolutely nail down. The look of it, who knows? Ford teased us this year with a auto show picture of a truck type thing under a cover. And I get it, they're hyping it up and they're teasing it, which is a good thing. I think it'll make it even better if it was a little more exclusive to have a Bronco than it is, a normal truck. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. What would you like to see the Bronco become? I know personally I'm excited to see a dedicated off-road vehicle to compete with the Jeep Wrangler, because we haven't had one since the Bronco initially went away. As far as everything else goes, it's all speculation. But you're definitely, I guarantee you, because it's based on the same chassis and almost all of the auto manufacturers do the same thing, you're going to see the same suspension setup. You're going to see the same engine and transmission options. What's going to be different is going to be the body options. The interior may be something special. Maybe. I doubt it. I'm guessing it's going to look almost identical to the Ranger interior. Maybe a few slight differences here and there. Either way, I'm excited for it. I'm not a big truck guy, but I'm excited for it. It was really one of the only true off-road vehicles that was ever available. And, it's nice to see these niche market vehicles come back, especially to a company that's going, we're getting rid of all our niche market and we're going to stick with trucks because that's all it sells. Yet they're still going to make niche market trucks, right? So, but anyway, guys, that about wraps up today's video. So, like I said, let me know what you think about the new Ford Bronco, what you think it's going to be. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you get alerted to my next Riding with Rob, as well as the rest of the project videos that we're going to be doing. In the garage is really starting to kick off. So, until next time, guys, I'm Rob, and as always, enjoy your drive.